So let's say that you talk to the motivated seller on the phone and you guys agree and you figure out that they're kind of motivated and you're about to go out on the appointment as you've got one set up. So what do you do on that appointment to get the deal under contract and just really confirm that they're motivated sellers and that you're going to be able to get a good deal on the property? Hey, what is going on, everyone? Devin can up here with another video, provide massive value and fire content like always. And first things first, I'm so pissed off. I got to apologize. So I made a mistake and I missed a day uploading videos. And so I want to say 2 days ago, I was recording a video. My camera died, so when I was recording it, so I had to screen record over the audio just because I didn't want to remake the video or anything. I was just tired of talking. It was like a 20-minute long video. And I ended up like having the bit rate too high when I was recording, and so when I tried to encode the video or whatever, it said it was going to take like 10 hours. So now obviously I should have fixed the settings, but at first it said it was only going to take 1 hour. I was like, okay, whatever, an hour, it's a long time. And then it just kept increasing time as the night went on, and then it came around like 2 a.m. and it was saying it was going to take 10 hours. So yeah, so I ended up missing a day because of that, and I'm kind of pissed off. But anyways, so the premise of today's video is based off a question that one of you guys, one of my followers, asked for me to answer for them. So I'm just going to answer it in a video just because I realized I did not have one of these videos already made. So I'm going to go over the subject of going on the appointment with the seller. I could have sworn I had one, but I guess not. So anyways, So what you're going to do is once you've kind of figured out that they're motivated over the phone or they're qualified enough for you to go out there and meet up with them, what you're really going to want to do when you go meet up with them is really focus on building rapport. That's the biggest point. That's what matters the most, because as you build rapport, building up the relationship, that is where you're going to be able to, it's going to work out for you in the long game and not just the short game of getting it under contract. The real deal, the priority is making as much money as possible on the deal, as well as turning a profit and at least closing the deal, especially if it's one of your first deals. So what you're going to want to do is just go out there and just talk with them and just try to build a relationship with them. Usually my appointments take an hour to 2 hours long, meeting up with them, and I'm just really just trying to build up the relationship. And from there, that's where you really get these properties for a cheaper price, and you're able to, let's say if you do have to cancel the contract, renegotiate, this is where you're going to be able to do so, because majority of people that get started, that you usually do have to cancel the contract because you didn't run the numbers right or something like that, which is a main problem. But what you do is you go get the deal under contract, and then if you built up the relationship with the seller, then it's going to be a lot easier in order to renegotiate and get the property at a price that you need to do it. But let's say, or the better case scenario is you did get it at the right price and you were able to make a profit on this deal. So just make sure that you just go in there and don't really, like, the biggest objective I would say is literally just try to become their friends. Try to become, like, talk about everything going on in their life and try to really build up the relationship with the sellers. That's my main goal whenever I go inside. And once you build up the relationship, kind of tell them what you're about, really figure out what's going on with them, why they're selling their property, really dive deep into it, talk about life and stuff. Obviously, and go through, I really don't care about looking at the property when I go there. All I really care about is getting the property as low as possible. But they usually want to, like, show you around the house or whatnot. Just you can go look around, just make sure there's like nothing out of the ordinary. And then you can like keep a mental note of what needs to be fixed, so that way when you send it out to your cash buyers list after getting it on a contract, you know what needs to be fixed, if anything, and just really keep mental notes of what's going on inside the house. But that's not really that big of a deal. The biggest part is just building up a relationship with them and trying to get a really discounted price on the property. That's really about it. Now, as far as what to bring to the property, you'll just want to bring a purchase agreement, and I'll have a link down below on how to get it. You have to open it up on desktop in order to download it, but I'll put down a link in the purchase agreements if any of you guys need one. But you just bring the purchase agreement. I would leave it in the car when you go into the house, and I wouldn't bring it up until it comes all the way down to you guys are sitting down, you guys agree on a price and everything, and from there, kind of get them to feel like, oh, what's the next step or whatever. And then if they're like, oh, I think we got to sign a contract, and be like, oh, yeah. So I got one of those in my car. So you don't want to just come in with like a packet or like a contract or anything like that. Just leave it in the car, grab it when the time comes. But your main priority is building up the relationship and really just figuring out how you can help them out the most. And usually what I like to ask them, just to really confirm that they want to sell it to me for cash, is I would usually ask them, like, why don't you sell it with the realtor? They're going to get you the most for your property. Or on top of that, why don't you just rent this property out, whatever it may be. And obviously if they already have tenants in there and they're just tired of renting out the property, then that's obviously they just don't want to rent it out anymore. And then you can also ask them if you want, like, if you would ever do a rent to own situation or anything like that. But you want to eliminate all of the other options than selling it to yourself. So whatever it may be, just make sure, clear up all these other different opportunities for them to sell it, and then just make sure that they want to sell it to you for cash, because that's the main priority. So you really want to just make sure that they want to sell it. You want them begging basically to sell it to you, because if not, then obviously they can just go some other route, some other opportunity, and from there they could just sell it themselves. Also, another big thing is there's some for sell by owners that they just, oh yeah, I'm gonna get the most for my property and whatever it may be. And so whenever you find that out, that they're just trying to get the most for it, they're really not willing to go down, then they usually just say thank you for your time, because it's usually a waste of time, just because there's some people that are just really stubborn on what they're going to sell their property for. And then I just leave my contact info in case they actually ever want to come down and they have trouble selling the property in the future. So that's kind of the route that I go as far as that stuff. But as far as like dressing up and everything, just wear whatever, don't overdress or anything. Just like I would just wear t-shirts and a t-shirt and jeans, or sometimes wear polos and stuff, but nothing really out of the ordinary. Don't underdress, don't wear sweatpants or anything like that. But at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. You just wear whatever you want, but just understand that at the end of the day, like it doesn't matter how you look unless you're walking into like a multi-million-dollar property. You got to show that you can afford it, whatnot. But yeah, it really depends. But anyways, yeah, that's really about it. I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head as far as you going into the house. Oh, one more thing, another big point that I've had a couple problems with here and there, or a couple issues with that I've figured out the solution, is make sure that the husband and the wife are both there. Whoever's all in the title, make sure everybody's there. Because if you only have one person, then you can convince the one person to sell a property at a discount. But if like you're just with the wife and you talk to her and then the husband's not there, then the husband's not gonna be there for why you guys they're selling it for that price or whatever it may be. You want to make sure they are both there, or whoever's on the title, all to be there, in order for you to basically get everybody to agree on selling the property at a certain price. Because it's just like they weren't there when you're building a relationship and everything, and they weren't there for you building rapport. You just want to make sure everyone's there. And especially if you guys do end up signing the contract, I've had people would just be like, oh, I need to talk to my wife before we sign this and everything. It's like, why the hell was she not here? You just need to make sure that try to do whatever you can to get everybody there. That is the priority. So anyways, yeah, I really don't like going on appointments too much now unless you're highly motivated. I usually do whatever I can to make sure that it's a deal before I go out there, and I just do that by running numbers, and if it's a really good deal, and I usually just try to negotiate it over the phone. But if they're begging me to go out there and it's a good deal, then I go out there on the appointment, so that way I'm not wasting time with regular sellers that are just trying to get the most for their property, because there's a lot of those out there. But if you're a beginner, I just recommend going on as many appointments as possible and just gaining the experience, because there's really nothing for you to lose just other than gaining the knowledge and the experience of going on appointments and getting used to talking to sellers. But once you get better, you're just like, I really don't want to waste my time and go drive 40 minutes to go look at a property, unless it's like literally down the street, then whatever. And on top of that, it takes like an hour or 2 hours at the house. So I've been at houses before where I've been there for like 3 hours, and it's just, and then those ones are usually like I'm only there because they are motivated and it's worth my time to stay there. But make sure that everything that you're doing is worth your time. But at the end of the day, it's a relationship business. We're just trying to help people out, and that's how we are able to make these assignment fees and make a lot of money. So anyways, hopefully that answers your question. And yeah, so anyways, if you guys ever have any questions, hit me up in the DMs on Instagram or Facebook. I'll try to get back to you. and we're getting more and more of those. It's getting harder and harder. But anyways, if you ask a good question, maybe I'll make a video on it just like this one. But anyways, I'm so sorry about the not uploading every day thing. It really pissed me off because we were on like a 140-day streak. Maybe I'll make up for it. Do like a double upload one day. We'll see. I didn't say that. But anyways, if you're new to the channel, you guys like what you see, join the fam, join the game by hitting the subscribe button down below. Also, at the end of this video, on the screen, there's going to be 2 videos that I recommend that you guys watch. Go check it out and go watch, click them at the end of this video, and I promise it will be good. But anyways, also smash the like button if you guys like today's video. And like always, I'm uploading to YouTube every day, except for 2 days ago. But anyways, I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.